Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Ruined King, a League of Legends story, as part of Riot Games' kind of new push to make League of Legends more than just a, well, I guess a card game and auto-battler and a MOBA. So I guess they're really trying to expand and turn this into one heck of a franchise, and to be honest, I think they're succeeding. Arcane seems pretty dang good, and they reached out to Airship Syndicate to make Ruined King. They're the people that made Darksiders Genesis, the Darksiders 1 and 2 games, kind of, sort of. At least, you know, some of the main leadership at Airship Syndicate and a number of other people there too. And then they also made Battle Chasers, which this is going to be very similar to. And they were kind enough to reach out to me to send me not only a key, but a collector's edition too. Which isn't here yet because of shipping issues, but whatever, it's fine. I'm here for the game, and that's the most important part. This game is gorgeous, the music is amazing, and there's an intro cinematic that really doesn't say much, but it looks cool, so I'm going to include it anyway. But let's dive right in.
Bilgewater, monsters are real. When I was a girl, my mother was murdered by a low-life coward named Gangplank. He shot me and left me for dead. There was no trial. In Bilgewater, he was the law. I hunted him. I killed his men. I watched Gangplank die, washed away on the burning tide. still monsters about. For centuries, the Buru people have protected these islands from the worst of them. But even they fear the heroines. Attacks in the form of a lethal black mist, courtesy of our unliving neighbors on the Shadow Isles. Each time, the heroines return stronger, while the Buru grow distant. How long can we rely on prayers and magic? My monsters are flesh and blood. They don't frighten me. Only one thing does. Becoming one of them.
Fortunate state. I mean, there's plenty of tips, but I don't think I care too much about any of them. Gosh, this looks great. I always loved Airship Syndicate's ability to paint textures. I have 2 of their art books, and they're all amazing. I don't know.
It's almost quiet from up here.
I really like this
know
redesign.
better.
Good morning, Captain. Your guest has arrived.
Raffen, remember when we could just take what we wanted, go where we wanted? We didn't have a care in the world. Now look at us. Taking appointments, attempting diplomacy.
Well, at least our line of diplomacy still involves guns.
That may be true, but when he was Reaver King, Gangplank only used guns. If I unite the gangs with violence, will the city still think of me as a savior?
Gangplank was a tyrant, Sarah. You're tough, but you aren't cruel. I'm proud to be your first mate, and the rest of the crew is proud to call you our captain. The gangs will follow you. It's only a matter of time.
They can't follow me if they're dead. Hopefully I can change their minds before they're all wiped out.
Some dogs won't obey until you show them the stick.
Well then, let's not keep Captain Thorne waiting any longer.
Okay, so very similar so far. I like the sprint system, I like the movements, I love these visuals. I'm pretty sure, yeah, those are just a series of illustrations in the back with some parallax. Honestly, it's a good look. And yeah, like I was saying, the hand-painted textures that they have everywhere is gorgeous. Honestly reminds me a lot of like Torchlight, and how Torchlight looked, and obviously Darksiders 1 and 2. And 3 to a lesser degree. Oh, scanning environments, that's really nice actually. So now I can find the loot things much easier. There's also this, which is, I don't know what that's going to result in, but still. Let's see. So I should probably mention that I know almost nothing about League of Legends lore, so I'm going into this completely unaware of like what's going to happen, who's, what's, wins and wheres and whatevers. Nothing to report, Captain.
Captain?
Still got the bullets in my chest. Killing Gangplank wasn't enough, Raffen.
But you beat him. You're still breathing, and he's in little pieces all over the bottom of the ocean. Those bullets are just little reminders.
I wish they didn't remind me so damn much.
There's not a whole lot of places you could put a bullet and leave it there without it causing some serious issues. Alright, so I think we want to go that direction, which means I want to go here. Look, I want to loot as much as possible. No matter what crew I'm part of, I give it my all. Hello? Gangplank wasn't a man, he was an idea. Some people say ideas don't die. Gangplank was a killer, but more than anything, a con man. He'd spin tails of gold, turning sailors into thugs. Gangplank ran this town like he ran his ships. You gave him sweat or blood. Well, I will gladly accept all of these potions at the very least. Doesn't look like we have too much else. Yeah, so I mostly know the characters by name. I played a little bit of League of Legends back when it first came out. I was really big on the beta because I thought it was really fun. And then everybody got like way too sweaty about it, and then I just lost all interest. Some men don't want to play fair and nice. They like Gangplank's way. In the years Gangplank's been gone, my people have been getting rich. The constant threat of violence. Oh, he was unpredictable. That's how he kept us in line. In Noxus, we would have thrown Gangplank into the arena. Would have been fun. Would have been more fun. Okay. I don't actually know how much I want to talk to these characters. I'm mostly interested from the perspective of, like, lore and character details, but at the same time, I'm probably going to get most of that just by exploring and, you know, seeing the cutscenes. I do really appreciate all the people. The world feels much more lived in. Then again, Battle Chasers was pretty empty. Ooh, these textures.
I see you've been doing some remodeling.
What can I say? The place needed a woman's touch. I don't think the previous owner would mind.
Guess not. Seeing as how you gunned him down, along with the rest of the Conclave.
Are you here to parley, Captain Thorne, or to criticize my sense of decor? I trust you've considered my offer.
Offer? Hand over my operations to you, my fleet and all of my men, or else? Misfortune. You may have killed Gangplank, stolen his fancy mana, but that don't make you my queen.
Time to fight.
From where I'm standing, it looks like Bilgewater is still up for grabs. Now give it up, girl. You know I'd hate to ruin that pretty face.
So much for diplomacy.
You know, Raffen? I think I'm starting to enjoy it.
Okay. Oh! Is this an ATB system now? Combat basics. You'll initiate a combat encounter when engaging enemies in the world and at major story moments. Fighter cards display key stats, level, health, mana. The initiative bar displays the order in which the fighters will perform actions. When a fighter's portrait reaches the front of the initiative bar, it's their turn. When it's your fighter's turn, you can perform one of many combat abilities. Instant abilities do not cost mana and are performed immediately after confirming a target. Lane abilities cost mana and require time to cast. Pay attention to the fighter turn order when selecting abilities. Complete this wave of combat by defeating all enemies. Okay, so it looks like the game pauses while I can look. So we got instant and we've got lane. Let's take a look. So 124 damage split. 69 damage and 69 damage to a nearby target. If the first target is defeated, second shot will deal extra damage. Applied tapped. Okay. Oh. Both hits apply tapped. So we're not going to be able to do the bonus damage. What is balance lane, power lane, or speed lane? I see. So I can change it based on what is more valuable to me. So if I want to do balance, power, or speed. Speed triggers it faster, which is good for getting tapped, but let's see, but less useful if I want to do a bunch of damage with it. However, if I check power lane, it would take a while, but I could insta-gib anybody if they're tapped. Let's go back for a second. What about my instant abilities? Deals 55 damage, generates 10 overcharge, applies tapped. Or reduces all damage taken by 40%, increases evasion by 10%. While fancy footwork is active, strut is not removed upon taking damage. I do not know what strut is. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. I'm going to start with the fancy footwork. We're going to take this a little slow. Okay, we get another thing. I'm going to do just a basic love tap. And I still have a thing. So if I do lane moves, I can specifically do speed lane. Heartbreaker, speed. We're gonna take some damage, but not much. Gosh, these animations are good. I really like this combat system. I've been playing a lot of like old school JRPGs lately, and have been kind of interested in seeing, you know, what they have to offer. And there aren't a whole lot of like modern games that use this turn-based combat system, to be honest. Okay. So, I should probably explain what Overcharge does. Admittedly, I'm not entirely clear what the difference is going to be for this game, but Overcharge is effectively bonus mana on top of your regular mana. Mana is hard to get back, but Overcharge, by generating Overcharge, it's effectively free mana that you can use, but it goes away at the end of battle, so temporary mana. And so in this case, using Heartbreaker is going to cost 20, but I only have 10 Overcharge, so it's not actually going to, so, you know, I'm going to consume 10 of my harder to regain mana by doing this. At the same time, probably worth just killing these guys. Eventually, once we have a bigger party and we can sustain a little better, then I will care about taking it slow. But right now, I just want to kill. Because we got to kill Captain Thorn. Overcharge. Yep, temporary mana. Okay. So what do we have? Because I could just pop a pair of those. Or that. None of these are that useful. We're just going to do Love Tap. I'm really curious about Fancy Footwork because I don't know how long that lasts, and I don't know if there's a way of checking. I'm going to just do a Fancy Footwork again. Oh, there it is. That's how I can see specifically. Okay, so Fancy Footwork lasts until my next action. So it's good for avoiding a hit if I know a big hit is coming. Probably not as useful most of the time here. So for example, that very much looks like he's charging a move. So good time for a Fancy Footwork. Or not? He did something. I'm actually not sure what that reload animation is. Oh well. Either way, is he still tapped? It looks like he is. At least I can only assume that's what tapped is. Can I see? Oh, nope, I can't see. I guess we'll just find out. Nope. At least didn't get him to the extent that I wanted. Whatever, we're just gonna start hitting him with Love Tap. We'll kill him. 1 HP. Well, throw me a bone. Ow. It's fine. I'm curious how many party members I'm going to be able to bring into combat with me. It looks like 3. Yeah. I think there's 6 total party members you can get, so you have to kind of pick and choose who you want to use. I think that's actually how it worked in Battle Chasers as well. Oh, it'll be fine. I'm digging this so far, though. Very much feels like a proper modern turn-based RPG with a lot of really interesting quality of life features and like changes to keep it fresh. I like it.
I'll consider this your formal surrender.
The Syndicate will never follow you. You hear me, tyrant? I'll die first.
I see. How about you boys? Does your captain speak for you all? Well then, Captain Thorn. I'd say this meeting is adjourned. The rest of you, welcome to my crew. Prove yourselves loyal and you'll be rewarded. Betray me, or even whisper the name Gangplank, and I'll stuff you in a box with your former captain. Understood?
Yes, Captain.
Another successful recruitment. Minus a few stubborn holdouts, the Syndicate's with us now. Their ships, their guns.
But none of their leaders.
Not yet.
Even if I have to put a bullet in every captain from the shipyards to the slaughter docks, I will make them understand. Bilgewater belongs to Sarah Fortune.
Is this new lore? That she's, like, the leader of Bilgewater? Or... Like, I have no idea how, how many revelations there are going to be about character lores. Oh, hello. It's a ghost. Okay, beware, the enemy has a buff called Primed Mist Bomb that will detonate and hurt your party upon death unless it's first disarmed with a Speed Lane ability. When selecting lane abilities, you can switch from the power balance. Oh, you can even see which lane it is. So, switch from the default balance lane, speed lane, or power lane. But that's only lane abilities. Performing an ability in the speed lane will reduce its cast time, so it can be performed more quickly, but with weaker impact. Okay, well, I already figured that out. Okay, so we want to start priming with a love tap. My curiosity is, if I kill it with a speed lane thing, does that trigger? Ooh, poison. Rude. Okay. Lane. We want to do Heartbreaker balance. We want to put it here. If we're lucky, this will work. Oh, and it looks like poison stacks. That means status effects might actually be valid in this game. Okay, does it explode? It doesn't look like it. Sound balance on this game is a little touch and go. I might want to turn down the UI sound a bit.
Black mist. How is this possible?
Fight the mist and find survivors. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to mess with some of the audio settings, because I left UI volume up because it didn't seem like it was that loud, but it very clearly is pretty loud in certain circumstances. Okay, do we have anything else? We've taken some damage. No rest for the weary. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything else. I do wish I moved a little faster. The sprint in this game is very slow. Uh-oh. So anybody killed by the mist becomes a ghost. And we got 2 of them. Hazard, Poison Mist. You've entered a combat encounter while standing in a hazard called Poison Mist. This has created a hazard initiative bar region and will travel along with the fighter portraits. Fighters in your party that are inside the region will be targeted. Oh, once the region reaches the front of the bar, it'll apply its effect to any of your fighters that are currently targeted. Luckily, you can use lane abilities to switch lanes and maneuver in and out of initiative bar regions. That's really cool, actually. Like, I realize most people probably are going to be like, whatever. But, like, as far as including zone abilities, that is really neat. Or zone abilities, environmental hazards. It's a really neat way of doing it in such a way that, like, yeah. So if I go to lane ability and speed lane, yeah, we're still not going to be in it. And we can kill this character. Still going to take some damage for it, but can't do much about it. But he had no targets. Normally, being in a hazard zone just means damage, but this way there's a little bit more of like a puzzly nature to it, an intention to your actions that's like, oh, okay, I just have to make sure I'm not in this zone and then I'm good to go. I think I might actually just want to shoot this thing a couple of times. Yeah, I'm just going to shoot it a couple of times. Oh gosh. I'm going to have to make some really interesting videos, I think. Obviously, I'm going to have to finish this game before I want to talk about it too much, but, like, I'm really interested in the evolution of old genres. Specifically, like, turn-based RPGs very much have been kind of stagnant for a couple of years now. And it's been interesting seeing, like, Square Enix try and modernize it. Dead already, damn it. Okay, no hazard zone this time. And it's just a Sorrowful Wisp. I'll just shoot it twice. I don't feel like doing too much more beyond that. Oh, it's inspect mode. There we go. Yeah, so I can increase the overall combat speed here. Which, I mean, honestly, it's pretty fast to begin with. But making it a little faster, especially for random encounters, that seems like a good choice. Alright, this is gonna go poorly. I'm not even supposed to be here today. Nope, looks like we're fine. Dead men on the ground. Oh. There's somebody in here. Okay, Spectral Wharf Rat and a Sorrowful Wisp. We've entered a combat encounter with a Spectral Wharf Rat. These enemies have shifting form buff, which enhances their ability to evade your attacks, but can be dispelled with speed. Important buff descriptions will be displayed. Cool. So while in Inspect mode, you can navigate between the initiative bar and the fighter cards to get details on abilities and buffs. Be sure to inspect enemies during encounters to learn more about their strengths and weaknesses. So, Wharf Rat. Light damage, howl, shifting form, and on death, increases attack power of all allies by 25%. So kill the Sorrowful Wisp blast. I mean, both of those are kind of rough to work with. Okay, so let's do double up speed. That'll tap both of them. Oh. And looks like I put myself in the poison mist. We got Strut. What does Strut do? Or no, we lost Strut. Well, I still don't actually know what Strut does, so... Let's see, do I want to do a love tap? I'm feeling like just burning a lot of mana here. Question, what does tap do? Recently damaged by taps. I think it's just combo marker. Nothing more. Do I want to do Heartbreaker balance, or do I just shoot it for 55? Otherwise I could kill the Sorrowful Wisp. Let's just kill the Wisp. I know it increases the other thing's damage, but the other thing was going to get bonus damage anyway. Speed lane. No dice. Oh, but that very much puts me right in the middle. Okay, let's just do a Heartbreaker speed. Probably going to want to drink some potions after this. I don't think we heal back up to full outside of battle. Alright, gold. Everything is good. Leveling takes a while, and it's fine. Thanks so much, Captain. I was a goner for sure. Captain, where's Raffin? He was just here. He can't have gone far. Or maybe that was her. I don't know. It doesn't matter. They're all pirates anyway. All pirates sound the same to me. Which means I really should be...
What happened?
Run! Leave me!
You know, I totally forgot to actually use that potion, didn't I? Well. Okay, lane, ability... We could do that, or we could do this. Let's do Shredder, speed. So that gets rid of that. And then... Ah, potion. Stores health. Stores more health. Potion up. Okay. Let's Spectral Howl. Increases power and haste. Rude. So what do we have? They both have 126. So I could do... Heartbreaker speed, 124 damage. Balance lane. Could just kill this guy. Or we could take it slower. Yeah, I'll just take it slower. There we go. Now, is this thing still tapped? No, it is not. No buffs, no debuffs. Here's the thing, though. I can still do a Heartbreaker balance on it. Even if it doesn't get the combo, it still does enough damage. Here we get gold. Yeah, I'm actually wondering if these UI sounds are actually completely separate from...
Sarah. They came out of nowhere. I couldn't.
Don't talk. Save your strength.
I thought we beat those things in Grey Harbor. Could it be another harrowing?
I don't know. But if it is, we're going to need help. We're going to need Alawi.
Boy, that is one horrifying looking shark.
Brothers and sisters, a new enemy has risen in Bilgewater. The goddess Nagakaboros has shown him to me.
Reveal him to us, truth-bearer.
This Blood Harbor Ripper butchers men in their homes and in the streets. I can sense the fear, the stagnation he brings. We honor the Mother Serpent by restoring motion and driving him out.
Praise the goddess.
Truth-bearer, I wish to fight for you. I am ready.
Are you? If you fight with everything you have, the Mother Serpent may name you worthy. If not, she will take your life.
I surrender to her will.
Unworthy.
He is strong, priestess. He may live.
Perhaps, if the goddess wills it. Come, our enemy awaits. These streets are full of motion. Nagakaboros smiles upon us.
Why do you embrace these foreigners, priestess? The Pelangi do not respect the goddess or Buru tradition.
They make their own way. They fight to live. Walk among them, learn from them, maybe even have some fun.
They have many interesting desires.
Sister, I have seen you indulge in their taverns. Do not be ashamed. Next time I will join you. Now let us follow the rhythms of the street.
Huh. Open-minded religious fanatics. I dig it.
Here, the men inside spoke recently of the killer we seek.
We will wait outside. No need to get Pelangi stink on us.
More for me then.
I like her giant weird tentacle ball. Eloi? Eloi? I gotta hear it again before I can say it properly. Anyway, she's joined the party. Her powerful physique is dwarfed by her indomitable faith. As the priestess of the Great Kraken, she uses a huge golden idol to draw power from the spirits of her enemies while restoring and protecting her allies. All who challenge the truth-bearer of Nagakaboros soon discover that she never battles alone. The god of the Serpent Isles fights by her side, healing, damage, and defense. So, her Buru upbringing allows her to read and understand Buru glyphs. Her dungeon ability, Tentacle Slam, damages enemies and allows her to initiate battle with a tentacle already active. As a priestess of Nagakaboros, she can smite her enemies and restore her allies. Her faith in the goddess is unshakable. As she fights, she summons tentacles to attack her enemies and enhance her abilities. Using Taunt, she can force her enemies to face her head-on rather than attacking her allies. So she's kind of a support tank. Kind of like, oh shoot, what was the robot named in the previous one? I forget. It looked like, you bunch look mean, but Gangplank was a bastard's bastard. Okay, so I can't wander off too much. Dang. Look, I like wandering around a little, but oh well. Interesting, we also start at level 1. I was not expecting that. Gosh, the environmental details on this are great. Well, let's see what's inside.
Heilangi stink. Why must my people be so stubborn?
It is interesting that she is the High Priestess and is by and far the most progressive of the culture, question mark? Though she did just kind of tend to ball a dude of her own people. Like I was gonna say, it always seems kind of bad for your head count if you're just sacrificing people with tests of strength. I just love watching the tentacles just come out of the ball. It's kind of great. Well, you know what? I guess I can ping. Hello. Most of these I'm not that interested in. I'm just gonna talk to them as I go by, but I won't read it. So if any of you guys actually care. Who are you? Nope. Titled Trickster last night I did. This seems like the guy.
Little man, tell me, where can I find the Blood Harbor Ripper?
Who's asking?
I am Ilawi, truth bearer of Nagakaboros, champion of the Buru people.
Sure, lady. And I'm the River King, Tom Kench. Buzz off and try and relax.
Perhaps a display of strength will change your mind.
Sorry. I try not to get into fights with strange women in bars.
So, you're unworthy? Or just afraid?
You see this sword? I've run it through hundreds of men, most bigger than you. So how about you go on home?
That's impressive. She's huge.
I thought you would be stronger.
Alright, time to smack these men with my giant tentaball. Okay, so what she got? Ability-wise, deals 18 damage, overcharge 50% chance to summon a tentacle. Reduces all damage taken by 40% plus 5% per active tentacle. Lane. Heal target plus extra health per tentacle. And okay, so we gotta start summoning some tentacles. This character needs the combo, otherwise it's just isn't gonna work for us. Okay. I love her already. I was gonna say this to some degree. More games need... let's see. Do we wanna... What is even the point? 18 damage, chance to summon more tentacles. Do we keep tentaballing him, or... Actually, I've got enough. I'm gonna heal myself. Because he only does like 4 damage. This is some sustain. And yeah, the tentacles aren't that strong here. But that said, this character can more or less fight forever as long as she's not taking too much damage. I like that quick strike option. I've taught you the only way I know how, with my face. I love her. Gosh, what was I gonna say? More games need women of different sizes and shapes, and men of different sizes and shapes. You know, gaming-wise, for a lot of the 2000s and 2010s, you know, all protagonists were just grizzled white men for the most part, and all female protagonists were kind of lithe little things. And so it's kind of cool to see, like, yeah, brawny women that actually can hold their own in a fight and, you know, look like they can hold their own in a, you know, in a throwdown. Healing Mist heals all allies for 39 health. I don't know. Different shapes and sizes are important, otherwise everybody's looks the same, and that's boring.
Is that all you have? I was just starting to enjoy myself. The Blood Harbor Ripper. Tell me.
No one I know has actually seen him. Rumor is he stalks the alleys around the Warrens. They say he ain't alive. Not really.
Not alive.
He is skinned like a corpse. Cold. And his eyes are empty, like a body pulled up from the sea.
A creature trapped between life and death. An affront to the goddess.
He, has a thing for captains. Find a captain and the Ripper won't be far behind, they say.
Thank you, little man.
Hey, you, wanna stay a while? I never drank with a priestess before.
You break too easily.
I don't want to say, like, this is the direction that I hope Riot Games moves in. I don't know. I think it's kind of important. I'll talk about this later.
We heard commotion.
My new Peilangi friends simply wish to learn Burhu tradition. Let us search the warrens nearby.
Okay. Now, can I check? Tutorial on how to use this menu. No. I saw somebody specifically, Warren's, Slums Market. Let's go this way. I saw somebody specifically complaining that this game just throws you in like you're supposed to know how to play, but like this is, honestly, the tutorial's been pretty good so far. Even in death, the creature's motion continues. It will feed many. Fair enough. I always find fish markets like this to be a little gross. And I'm sure it actually is quite gross. Let's see. Grab these. Diarrhea, hello. Oh, lore plus 10 points. I'm curious if that gets us anything. Diary, I've made it to Bilgewater. I could cry with joy. The heavy stink of death in the tide confirms my dearest dream. The Shadow Isles lie just over the horizon. After decades of questing, the perfect vista approaches. Since childhood, I've longed to set my brush to paint the rare scenery in the world. The ruins of the Blessed Isles, wreathed with spirits and specters, ripe with revenants. I've traveled sheer across Valoran and crossed the darkest oceans to be here. My talent will be tested on that melancholy rubble. My brush will master those wraiths. The paintings I create will be contemporary masterpieces, rare and more precious than a portrait of any Jarvan. Jarvan? Demacian aristocracy will drool to hang them in their sitting rooms. And twirling my brush, I will walk into the halls of history. The Visionary. Alright. Oh, we actually have other party members. I was kind of assuming that we'd be alone in this one for a while, as these characters aren't, like, strictly playable. They're probably just temp for the time being. Okay, so we're going to go to the Warrens, because I think we got everything else, and I'm so glad that map is robust in terms of being like, yeah, here's where stuff is. Hitting an ability with an enemy with a dungeon ability will trigger combat. Okay, how do I even do that? That would do it. I don't know who hit who first. Looks like I swang first. Swung? Anyway. More tentacles. Fighters can have negative effects. Buffs. Oh, can have special effects. Buffs, positive. Debuffs, negative. You can remove debuffs by cleansing them. The Buru allies in your party have the cleanse ability. You can also consume a cleansing potion if available. That's a lot of bleed. Okay, so what do we got? Let's just go quick. Because that's a lot of bleed. And who is this? This is him. So it looks like they both just kind of have generic whatevers. They're not bad, but they're not that strong. Okay, let's just take out the Warden Squatter. Rude. You know what? All things considered... Oh, wait. Who is this? Oh, this is him. I don't know, do we burn some mana? I don't think it's worth it. We've just got Grace of Nagakabaros. There we go. Even if bleed, we're full heal. There we go. Thought you'd be stronger. So I gotta use the right stick to aim. Otherwise, it's really hard to actually get the hit in. So let's take a look. So dead end up this way, and then we want to head for the Slaughter Shed. Well, yeah, if there was a place where the Blood Harbor Ripper was going to live, the Slaughter Shed ranks. Okay, looks like we've already smacked him around. Okay, let's just see if I can take out the squatter. Not as many tentacles as I was hoping for, but also not nearly as much bleed. Honestly, I'm just going to leave on quick strike. We're just going to go fast. I'll heal if I need to. And yeah, the other two do not heal. Ability upgrades unlocked. Can activate upgrades in the abilities menu. Alright. Let's see. Abilities upgrades. Alright. I don't really need to look at some of these. So, view upgrades for Tentacle Smash. No, I'm fine. So, increase tentacle spawn chance to 100% or spawn chance to 2. I do not know. The main thing is I want to know what the future choices are going to be. I'm going to go to 100% because I'm curious what they are. Oh, but I can turn them on and off. So, magical or physical damage reduction passive. Spawns a tentacle every 3 turns. Tentacles deal 1.7 true damage to random enemy on each of their turns for 5 turns. Max of 5 possible. Spawns every 2 turns instead of 3 or 1 extra. Interesting. Healing Mist reduces mana cost or heals each target for an additional 3 health. Reducing that mana cost is pretty good actually. Because bopping it down to 10 means I can alternate it. Has a 50% chance to spawn a tentacle. I mean, fair. Yeah, because this one would make it so I could hit an enemy once and then heal, and then kind of repeat a bunch of times. There's also this one that just spawns passive tentacles. I'm going to go with Healing Mist. That's a nice system. It doesn't take too much, and it gives me that level of, like, personal control that's really important. No. I don't care. Change equipment. We have a Poro Idol, which is rare. This must be a deluxe edition thing that I picked up. Ring of Resolve. Plunderer's Pendant. Increases gold acquired. And a Savant's Tome. Sure. I got the deluxe edition, so I should have all of the goodies. Diary. Passage to the Shadow Isles is proving expensive. Bilgewater sailors do not willingly approach its shores. Treasure hunters traveling to the Isles instead pay for passage to supply stations near the archipelago. They bring their own small skiffs, and use those to navigate through the black mist to the Isles themselves. I've been forced to adopt the same process, and to pay treasure hunter rates. The ship which brought me to the supply station, the Daring Darling, they call it, cost me more than what I made on my last commission in Demacia. Demacia? I'm spending a week docked here at the inn, teaching myself to sail a small skiff. It's grueling work, and nearly too much for my sheltered frame. But at least it's offering some unusual views. Trying to keep my hopes high. All will go well. That's the attitude to have. We're gonna find this sucker and he's going to have gotten ghosted. Alright, well, onwards. Oh, and the sprint just seems to be a toggle. Yeah, so as soon as it's triggered, it's on for good. That's actually kind of nice. A lot of games don't have that, where you have to hold down the sprint button. It works for like a game like Dark Souls, where you kind of want to go fast, but... Shrine of Healing. Nicely Diablo with them. Oh. Okay. So fighters in your party that are inside the region will receive buffs when it reaches the initiative bar. Don't worry if the enemies make their way into the region. Boons only benefit your party members. Let's see if we can just kill this guy. Taking out one is always super valuable. Okay, let's go lane. And head speed lane. Because yeah, I can just be popping that heal every other round as much as I want. Look at a cute Poro ball. I miss the Tentaball. I think the Tentaball looks better, but I really appreciate the fact that you can actually see the weapon on the character. I don't know if you can see the equipment on the character, but at least you can see the weapon, and that's always kind of a nice deal. I remember when I was a kid, I really placed a lot of weight and import on games that showed equipment on characters. I thought that very much was going to be kind of the future of games. and it was important. It was important for a good game to specifically have. Let's see, lane. I'm gonna put this in power. Actually, is that worth it? Only like a 10 HP difference. No, I think we want to go speed here. Reason being, I can trigger it more often. There we go. Think we're fine. Maybe I should have gone for power just because I don't get enough actions. I was thinking maybe I get enough to do it another time in combat, but not this combat. It will stagnate no longer. No, in fact, you're just dead. Now, do we get another ability point already? We do. But yeah, this is the other thing that I find particularly important. I consider particularly important. So it doesn't look like we can get the next level of upgrade. And we can't do both. It really is A or B. Well, what do we want to do? Frankly, I think I might want to do tentacles spawn every 2 turns instead of 3. Yeah. At least for now. Squatter keeps to themselves. Anything else around here? Nah, not really. There's just a little bit up and around. There we go. I might as well fight everybody while we're here. And not too hard. Okay. So the Warren Squatter does more damage. Whereas the other guy does bleed. Whew. I was wrong about the doing more damage thing. Ouch. No, actually, we might as well just kill him. We're not going to be able to pull off that healing move in time. Now we're going to be able to pull off that healing move. Didn't realize there was going to be a second wave. Okay. Honestly, let's just go for big heals. Because at this point, we're bleeding a fair bit. Take care of the squatter. Big heals. Now, they do have cleanse. We have a little bit of overcharge, if we want to do another one. Let's do it. Because, yeah, I can just do whatever. I just want to make sure I'm largely above the curve so I don't have to worry about healing later in a panic. Panic healing is always the worst place to be. Yeah, see, now we're leveling at a reasonable pace. Misfortune was glacial, but she did start at level 9, so I can't really blame her. Yeah, I was gonna say when we were leaving the tavern, I really hope this is kind of the direction that Riot Games starts going with their games. Like, MOBAs are fun, and I can understand why it's super popular, but I just, like, have no interest in it. And it doesn't really develop the world, either. You can jam as much lore as you want into one of those. Did you guys see that? I thought I saw a body. I saw him too for a second, then it was just gone. Looked like a ghost or a corpse. We gotta stop drinking. Oh, Beacon's Light provides a small area for rest. Eat a small meal, choose party members, have a conversation. No, we're just resting. So, save points, effectively. Except for I can save wherever I want. What if I can reuse the thing? Okay, rest points, manage party, cool. Interesting that it's showing me the second time that I interact with it instead of the first, but whatever. Probably means we got a boss fight coming up. Well.
Please! Please don't!
So afraid, so alone. But soon, Captain, you'll be crossed off my list. And you won't feel a thing ever again.
What list? I've never seen you before in my life. I'm not even a captain anymore. I haven't sailed in years. Please!
Abomination, face the Kraken Priestess if you dare.
Killing you would be fun, but meaningless. No.
Forsaken One, do you think I am offering you a choice?
I feel like I should recognize some of these characters, but I just don't. I haven't played League of Legends since, like, gosh, was it 2012? I mean, I guess I did play Teamfight Tactics. Okay, that's cool. That's less cool. Okay, so that move of his hurts. But only that move. Okay. Harsh lesson? Let's go speed lane. And cleanse her. Because I want to get rid of those debuffs before this guy gets pokey. He just went for the KO on that one character. If he had gone for Alawi, then I would have been in trouble. But he did not. Okay, another Ring of Resolve? Sure. That's a good level. Almost 2. Another ability point? No, taunt. I'll take it.
Now face the test of the Mother Serpent. You will not survive her judgment.
But he does.
What did you do to me?
This cannot be. You are found worthy? But you are a monster. Goddess, what are you trying to show me? The Shadow Isles.
Oh, hey, Thresh.
Gangplank. A great test.
Truthbearer.
Goddess, help me understand.
Priestess, are you hurt?
How did the drowned one escape us?
The goddess favored him. I do not understand.
But you must. You are the truth bearer. The Mother Serpent's will flows through you.
Perhaps you need rest.
I need no such thing. Return to the village. I will join you soon.
Visions.
Truthbearer. Welcome.
Elder,
I guess I should...
I seek guidance.
Speak, child. Tell me what troubles you.
I sought to purge Bilgewater of a great threat. An enemy whose shadow spreads fear and stagnation in the streets.
Yes, such is your charge. And you do it well.
But this Blood Harbor Ripper, I tested him, and the goddess found him worthy.
Curious indeed.
It makes no sense. He is no living man, and the unliving are shameful to our goddess. How could he possibly pass her test? I have worked so hard to interpret her will, but this seems wrong. I should not doubt the goddess, but now I worry I have lost my way.
My child, the Mother Serpent's will flows through all things. Only when we follow our desire does the universe flow towards destiny. Open yourself up to all possibilities and let the path present itself.
But have I misjudged her will? If this monster is worthy, have I been wrong about others? If I gave the goddess's blessing to those who did not deserve it, that would be blasphemy. Perhaps I should renounce my position as truth-bearer.
Ilaoi, I will not entertain such nonsense. I have taught you the ways of Nagakaburo since you were a child. You are strong, and the goddess's will flows through you. Trust your judgment.
But what if I'm wrong? The vision I saw, the black mist consuming everything. Something terrible is coming, and I cannot afford uncertainty. The goddess sent me a vision, but I still need more. I need her guidance.
Only the goddess knows what destiny awaits. It is not my place to instruct you. You must find your own path.
The stakes for Bilgewater are too high. I need to be certain in my course of action, yet I have so many questions.
Then ask them. It is in seeking these answers that you alone find truth where others cannot. But you must also find patience. Truth bearer.
Elder, Yes. Patience. I will reflect on what has passed, and hope a path presents itself.
Priestess, hurry. There's something you must see.
I'm really looking for a stopping point at this point, but this game keeps going. I like it. The pacing is nice and snappy. Wow. The best party member has arrived. Where was he hiding that?
That is quite a man.
This is Ilaoi. She's our champion. Our truth bearer.
It is an honor to meet you. I am Brom of the Freljord.
The Freljord. You've traveled far. My men say they pulled you from the water.
They showed me great kindness.
Walk with me. I am curious to hear more of your story.
Now what? There's so many nice details, and the environments, they feel so lived in.
A great sickness has come to the Freljord. It has claimed the lives of many children.
Brom, it's really you.
Yes. And look, I have brought a friend. Now, be brave. I'll take good care of him until I return. Huh?
I will.
Rest now. Brom will find a cure for this. You have my word.
Brom, you promised the impossible. Your heart is pure, but the sickness is spreading.
For Brom, nothing is impossible. The Freljord is my home. These people are my family. Tell me, what must I do?
When I was a boy, my father spoke of a place called the Blessed Isles. There, they possessed water, which was said to cure any illness. But Brom, that place was destroyed by the Black Mist. Shadow Isles, they call it now. Dangerous, even for you. Who knows if that water even exists? Sometimes a story is just a story.
Brom will return with this blessed water. Then, think of the stories they will tell, huh?
Like I said, the best character.
You fought the Black Mist. Are you sure?
Yes, and I will happily do so again. Once I find a bigger boat. In the battle with the mist, my shield was lost. It is very valuable to me. I will do whatever I must to recover it.
Which explains why his current shield looks like a quarter of a barrel.
Alawi, we come with a message from Captain Fortune. We ain't looking for a fight.
Well, what is the message?
She requests an audience. She says... Well, she says the Black Mist has returned.
What?
The Black Mist. It has returned.
Thank you, Bram.
She'll be expecting you. Come with us.
I know the way.
Oh, I love Braum already.
My friend, it seems fate has brought us together.
This is not your fight. As Truthbearer, it is my sworn duty to push back the mist. Yet, your arrival here is no coincidence. This much I know. Perhaps it is the sign I was looking for.
By helping you face the mist, I may learn more of the cure I seek, and repay your people's kindness.
Your desire is strong. I will not stop you. Let us see what Sarah Fortune knows.
And it keeps going. This game's just pacing is just go all the time. I love it. Braum has joined the party. Roll defense disruption buffs. Blessed with massive biceps and an even bigger heart, Braum is an iceborn hero of the Freljord. Braum uses his massive shield to protect his allies and stop any who try to harm them. In his icy homeland, sagas are sung of Braum's deeds, but in Bilgewater, he's just another traveler, seeking a way to cure his people of the disease that plagues them. He carries a Poro friend with him that can explore small crevices and bring back items it finds. His dungeon ability, Shield Stomp, damages and applies concussion to enemies starting combat. Shield Stomp's even strong enough to break down some walls. Strong and tough, Braum is adept at shrugging off enemy blows. While he's casting, he takes reduced damage. By using Unbreakable, he can draw enemies' attention away from his friends and towards his powerful shield. And his Concussive Blow ability applies concussion on enemies. When enemies with concussion take damage, they build more stacks of concussion. And if they reach max stacks, they take damage and are stunned. Makes sense? Okay, there we go. There was a good stopping point if I ever saw one. We've met 3 of the characters. We get 4, I think. I believe the Ripper actually does join the party. Ooh, and look, we can actually do a lot of stuff now. If I felt like it. And I might. We can even see which ones of these. Yeah, like a bounty board, some shops, various things. Looks like they have fishing in the game, as usual. I don't know how much I want to focus on objectives. Ideally, I'd like to have a full party of 3 before I start exploring too hard, but it might be worth exploring all the same. Either way, this game is incredibly good. The visuals, the music, the writing, the story, like, everything I see so far is incredibly promising from a game design perspective. And, oh, yeah, it is a $30 game. When I had posted this to Discord earlier, it said like $70, and I'm like, what happened? What? What scaled the price up? And I actually have no idea. Maybe it was the collector's edition. I'm not sure. But for a 30 to 40, I mean, they have some DLCs, deluxe editions and whatnot, but if you want to pick up the base game for this, it's just $30. And honestly, I think that's more than a fair price. I've played Battle Chasers, the previous game in this style by the studio, and let me tell you, it was fantastic and also worth picking up. Like, if you like what this game looks like, I'd recommend that one as well, because both have a ton of very valid merits. But with all that, this episode has gone on more than long enough, so if you guys like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know, and if you want to see more, hit subscribe, because this is going to be a full series. No questions asked. But with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.